So we just come around the corner, and now we're just going to slip stitch it just like we've been doing all along. Coming in, grabbing your fancy dancy scissors, just like so. Going to cut it. I'm just going to pull it through. And again, I kind of want to weave this stuff as I go around instead of dealing with it afterward. It's one less step at the end. Plus you can get a nice cleaner shot in order to hide your loose ends. Now grabbing the next color, I'm just going to switch back to green, but it can be any color, and the next round is going to be any round going forward. Okay, so basically we have the foundation of the starting just like you see, but now there is the middle. So let's go on to your next color, and this is where we ended, right here, and I'm going to want to start over here, which is kind of neat. So it's not like a regular thing where we finish off here and then we're going to just pick up here. We actually have to go back to the corner to begin again. Okay, so I finished over here, and I noticed with this one I don't really want to start over here because you see how it's kind of looser than it normally is. So if you want to come to the next round, it's just going to go over top of it, so it's going to secure this to be better. So I just find it there. So this is where I ended, so I'm going to move over to here, and it's just like we talked about before. We want to look to where the stitches are. You can either count to the 9 starting down here and go around, or in my case I think it's better if you count backwards. So go to the center point, this is where it's slip stitched, and count back 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's where we want to start today. So just going into the back loop with your particular yarn. So going into the back loop, let's bring, I like bringing both the straggler and the real yarn through at the same time. It kind of adds extra stability. So what I like to do, whatever you need to do, you need to do it. So here we go. So we're just going to chain up 4, and we're creating the underside again. That's going to fill in all the gaps where all the blues dip down. So 1, 2, 3. So just chained up our 4, and now we're just going to look. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th is where we're going to come in behind, and it should be directly below. So I just put my finger over top of this hook. I know this hook is a little bit slippery for me. 1, 2, 3. And it's not slippery because it's greasy, it's just because it's aluminum. So just pulling through and pulling through 2 and hold. And now we're just looking to where the next one is free on there. Okay, and 2 and hold, and keep going. So you want a total of 4, and it's just like we did before, 4, 1, and 4. So going, and again, if you've miscounted your ones that are going over top of the blue in the second round, you'll be able to notice it. So now we got the 4, so there's going to be 5 loops here, and now we're just going to come in between. Again, putting my finger to stabilize that, helps it not slide. Sometimes the camera angles are not always the best for some of these stitches. So now we want to start again, so we're going to do 4 on this side. So are you seeing a commonality? The way that we did the last light green is exactly what we're doing again. The only difference now is that the square is bigger, therefore you'll have more dips. So the purpose of me showing you this now and saying just repeat what you've already know is that there's going to be 2 in a row, 2 dips in a row. So I'll show you how to deal with that. So there should be total 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pulling it through all 10. Pulling through 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now this is where we're looking. Where did the light finish off? And we want the back loop only right above it. And pulling through and through. And now we begin again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so then going in. And we want to get to the next fresh one. So it's the one. And you're going to notice as this gets bigger, this actually gets easier to manipulate the material because it's so much smaller. It's a lot of material moving around, or a lot of project is moving around really easily, but as it gets bigger it starts to stabilize in your hand a lot easier than what it does right in the beginning. So we got, there you go, you got your 5 on there. Now you're ready for your center. I'm just going to stabilize it with my hand to prevent that from sliding. Okay, so you got the middle, and so now we're going to climb up 4. Now that little piece up there, remember that's that yarn that I caught in the very front end of the video where I let the knot be worked right in, which is not a very professional thing to do, but I'm just showing you that I'm like everybody else, and sometimes you take shortcuts, but in this case I would have never done that if I was off camera and I was giving this to somebody. So we'll just keep moving along and catching all of the back posts as we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, got one more to go. So the magic number is 4 if you've forgotten that already. Okay, so there should be a total 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I actually went through 2 of these by accident. 9 and 10. Holy cow, this is a homemade video if not. So then now grab your party balloons and pull through all 10. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to start a corner just like we did over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we just want to come in, look at the back where this is in. We're going to slip stitch it like we did before. So now we're going to create the corner. So remember 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now we're looking at the very next 4 in a row. So coming around, just grab the next one. So we're creating the corner piece. So we want a total of 5 loops on the hook and a total of 4 back posts captured. Okay, so you got your 5 on there. Pull through 1. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now coming back down, and we're going to go to the back loop right above to where the last one was already in. Do you see that? Pull through and through. It's just a slip stitch. And again, we're just going to keep repeating what you just learned here, and then and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward and do this off camera, and then we'll just show you how to go back over top. And so basically you just end up with more pieces in between, and that's what it looks like on this side. So it's actually looking really fabulous, and let's fast forward and I'll catch you up in a few seconds. Okay, I've come all the way full circle. I've slip stitched it at the end after I came around the corner. Okay, so now what I want to do is begin the next layer. So obviously I'm not going to change colors, but it's just like we did before. So everyone that's in between the corners will get 8, and then the corners will get 12. So let's get you started. So this is going to be the same no matter which level you're on now, because as you grow there will be more humps and dips in your project, therefore you know there's obviously more to it. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just want to count 7, and then 8, and then we just want to slip stitch in between. See where the other one's slip stitch? Just go right into that same spot, pull through and through. Okay, so there's 1. So let's go to the next one. Again, just follow it and see where the loop is around. Now that the project's getting bigger, you'll find that you're more relaxed. You can see your spots that you have to go in a lot more easier than you would have right in the beginning. I find this project gets more enjoyable the bigger that it goes, because it gets easier to manipulate. You get used to the stitches, you can speed up, and etc. So that was, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, slip it again to where it is already. So through and through. And now we have a corner. So 8, 8, and now the corners always get 12. Just like so. So it's not a difficult pattern. Getting started is the challenge to understand how the stitches are working together. But now that I'm at this level, it's basically everything is the same. So it's 3, it's 4, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a lot just right in the corner, but you need it in order to keep the pattern going properly. So it was 12, and again, so when we're done, just see where it's slip stitched already. Just want to go into that same spot and slip it again, so through and through. So just work your way along. And what I find more interesting is that that's basically what it is. But look at the size difference between this two. And this one, I misread the directions and I was doing triple crochet instead of double. But you know what? The extra pain that it was to do that might be actually worth it in order to speed up the project size. And actually makes it a little more interesting. So good luck with that. And all this garbage on my table. And good luck with that, and we hope you have a super great day. And on behalf of my friends at redheart.com, as well as AllFreeCrochet.com, and of course the crochetcrap.com, we wish you a really good day. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.